here on the Bossman Show. It's the time of the show we go talk to my man in Memphis, J.C. Smith, the man in Click Sports Bar and Billiards every Saturday night for you, giving you the karaoke of all time, city of Memphis out on Malco Way. J.C., what's good, bruh?
The boss, what's going on, bro?
Man, Bray, I'm enjoying Super Bowl weekend in Atlanta, man. All the fine honeys are down there, and the wagons are out in full force. I mean, all the thoughts are out here, man. All the gold diggers, but they all want one thing: they want some of the pipe, bro. We knock them all down.
Hey, man, God bless them, man. God loves Super Bowl week, man.
Yes, indeed. Well, bro, the big game is coming up. So I want to get your breakdown of the big game. Got the Rams playing the Patriots. And before we get into that, I want your take on the call. Got the Rams in the Super Bowl. What is your take on that call? And the Saints fans are whining. What's your whole opinion about the whole scenario?
I mean, when it first happened, initial reaction, I was amongst, everybody chiming in on it and thinking that the Rams, the Saints got robbed and everything, man. But, after, it kind of settled down and you go back and look at it, and even during that game, the Saints benefited from some bad calls as well. And on that particular play in question, when you go back and look at it, when you rewind the tape, the Saints got away with a couple things on that play as well. Got away with a face mask, the offensive lineman committee. They got away with a holding, one of the lineman committee. And then if you look closely, it looks like the ball was tipped. As well by one of the Rams defensive linemen. So, technically, should the flag have been thrown? Yes. But when you go back and look at it, it kind of makes you feel a little better about it after, looking back on it now as opposed to when it initially happened, thinking that it's not right, man. But they really didn't. They still, missed out on plays and didn't make the plays necessary to win. So, the Rams, they're here because they're supposed to be here, man.
You got that right. And do you feel like the NFL should let pass interference become reviewable now or no?
I wouldn't because, don't let the outcry over that one bad call, maybe slow down the game even further, the next time to where they do go and review it. And, then it's going to open up, I think it's going to open up Pandora's box. Okay, so we're going to review pass interference, then we need to review hold. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does it stop? Referees, they're human. They make mistakes. They come in a very untimely period. Yeah, it did, but, it's part of the game, man. You got to keep it moving.
You got that right, bro. You got that right. Let's look at the game, bro. I think it's going to be a game of running the football because the Pats, they ran the ball in Kansas City in the charge. They done something with Michelle, Burkhead, and James White out of the backfield, catching those pretty much long handoffs, which is a little short, little dinky duck passes that Brady's throwing. So I think Todd Gurley, if he shows up in his old Georgia, CJ Anderson as the backing him up there, it could control the clock with that outside zone. The Rams run maybe could break the Hoodie's defense down. So how you feeling about this matchup so far when you're looking at the Rams offense versus the Pats defense and vice versa on that one?
Man, you're right, boss. That's going to be the key. It's going to be time of possession because, the Patriots, they're going to bore you to death, on offense, like you said, with the little dink and dunk passes that Tom Brady does there. He throws Sonny Michel, James White. They're going to be huge factors in the game as well, man. So, and that's what the Patriots do better than anybody, man, especially with 2 weeks to prepare. They're going to just scheme the Rams to death. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Rams are weakest at, the Patriots are going to find a way to exploit that. And like I said, the Rams, you have to, in order to beat the Patriots, and, this is law now when it comes to Super Bowl victories or Super Bowl defeats for the Patriots, is the fact that if a team can put pressure, if a defense can put pressure on Tom Brady, if your front four can somehow get pressure on Tom Brady and interrupt his pattern, interrupt his timing, that's the only way that you have a chance to beat the Patriots, man. You got to be able to put pressure on them. And you would think with Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, guys of that nature on the defensive line for the Rams, that they should be able to get some type of pressure on Tom Brady, because if he's allowed to sit back there and, dink and dunk and throw his little, slants and, stops to Gronkowski and Edelman, like, it's going to be a long day for the Rams, man. Like I said, it's going to take time, possession, and also you got to be able to put pressure on Tom Brady if you want to have a chance to beat him.
Get out there, right? Hit him up the middle with Brockers, Fowler,
Yeah,
Sue, and Donald running them TE stunts, them tight the end tackle stunts there, and hopefully covering them with 7 men, but not going to like the Chiefs did that 2 man under that the Chiefs are staying that 2 man under, and Brady ate it alive. You got to mix it up between cover two, real cover two, and 2 man, not just 2 man every time. But if the Chiefs didn't line up off sides like
yeah,
clowns,
it's been
where the hell is
game been
confliction
over,
right now?
right? Exactly.
So yeah, so bruh, me personally, because I'm in Atlanta now, so I moved to. The Patriots are not wanted here, so I want to stick with the city. I want to turn on. I'm gonna go with the Rams because I gotta keep everybody happy inside. That's what they want to win.
Yeah, Rams. I'm not sorry, Saints and Falcons fans. They don't really see eye to eye, man. So you gotta be a Rams fan this weekend.
Yes, indeed. So we got that going. And in the NBA, bro, news is breaking. And Anthony Davis wants to trade out of New Orleans like we know it was someone coming, but he has agent Rich Paul going on record to Woj, and Davis got fined $1,000 because of Paul going to Woj. So he's trying to force his way out to LA and get that full supermax from the Lakers. He does not want to lose that money from having to sign there as a free agent. So what are your thoughts on the whole Rich Paul Davis Pelicans dynamic? And should the Pelicans hold on firm and wait to get that Boston offer and let Boston try to pull the Paul George and Kawhi and give them a year to convince them to stay?
Man, this is one of those things, man, where you really can't find fault with either party. You understand Rich Paul and Anthony Davis' position of what they're trying to do, and trying to force a way to LA and still be able to keep that supermax deal. And then if you're the Pelicans, Dale Dempsey and company, the general manager, you're well within your right to sit and not do anything because right now, if you're looking at as far as an entertaining package for Anthony Davis, you would have to think that Boston will be able to offer more than LA can right now. With the number of picks that Boston has and young talent that they have on that end, like you're going to start over. Like I would rather take that deal from Boston anyway. And the Boston, want to take a chance with Anthony Davis, not re-signing. But a lot of people think that if he does go to Boston and Kyrie is still there, him and Kyrie are good friends, they'll somehow make that work, man. But Magic and the Lakers are on the clock, man. They have to find a way to get this done. And if you are the Lakers, you got to throw in the kitchen sink, man. I'm offering everybody except Kyle Kuzma. Like y'all can have everybody else except Kuzma, and I'll give you maybe first round pick this year, next year, maybe a second round pick in 2021. But you gotta make it happen, man, because Magic, he promised, to bring the Lakers back to glory, man. And like this is the only way to do it is to pair LeBron up with another superstar, man. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens going forward.
And I feel like if they miss out on Anthony Davis, they might get anybody because
Yeah,
nobody's talking about going to LA.
yeah,
I mean, Paul George didn't go there because
yeah,
LeBron was there.
yeah. And
Durant does
Kawhi's
not
not,
want to
yeah,
go there because
Kawhi's not going,
because
yeah.
so it's like, I mean, come on. So this is Magic Johnson's chance. So if he strikes out, him and Plinka might need to be fired. They're trying to
Man,
fire Luke Walton. They should fire themselves.
it's Anthony Davis a bust, really, for the Lakers at this point. It really is.
And who would have thought people would be running away from Lakers because of that LeBron James? When you go to him, you're diminished. And I don't believe Kyrie wants to go back out to LA. I think Kyrie just throwing stuff out there because that's what Kyrie does.
Yeah, and then, but like I said, a Hollywood story, a Hollywood script, could you imagine a team with LeBron, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, though?
I could imagine it, but I don't think it'll ever happen. It's like a small chance that could really happen. I don't see it really going down there because Kyrie wanted to leave so bad to get his own team and become his own man. Then you don't go back to the man who you want to get away from so you could be your own man. Makes no sense to
Yeah,
me.
it makes no sense. He's been talking about, how much he appreciates, what LeBron was trying to do for him, and you just never know, man. You just never know how these things play out, man. You really don't.
You get there right, and bruh, and since last we talked to you, The Grizzlies actually finally followed our advice for years.
Oh my God.
They're gonna put Mike Conley and Gasol on the trade block, but years too late. So, how are the fans in Memphis reacting to the fact that Mike Conley and Mark Gasol may be gone? Not that I think they will because their contracts are so bad they won't be going anywhere. But in the prospect of them going, how are the fans in Memphis receiving that right now?
Man, you know what? I think the consensus amongst all Grizz fans, they're realizing now that we may have waited too long as far as trying to move Gasol and especially Gasol. Not so much Conley. I think the fans will be okay with Conley sticking around maybe another year, but I think they realize now that Gasol should have been gone at least 2 years ago. You know, when you could have really got max return for Mark Gasol, man. And you know, reports are that Portland is really pursuing Mark Gasol tough right now. They're trying to put together a package to get Mark, thinking they have a chance to contend in the West with Mark Gasol up there in Portland, man. So I think, you know, in the next couple of weeks, man, I can see a deal happening, but definitely before the deadline, or maybe all season, man. But especially before the deadline, man. I see Gasol go somewhere, man. Maybe Portland. You know, they could use him, man. Some other teams out there that definitely have some interest in him. But you know, it's been something that's been in the making for a while now. We talked about it for a long time, like you said, boss, and it was a year or two too late. But you know, you gotta do what's necessary now.
And I feel bad for his Bickerstaff. Like, he gets the job, he's only got a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
He's piling up losses on his record.
Right.
You know how the Grizz front office is so fickle. They gotta fire him like it's his fault.
Exactly. You know how it goes, man.
And it's really Chris Wallace's fault. As always.
As always, man. And Chris Wallace will definitely be out of here, man, next year. He's out of here.
I mean, you gotta get rid of Gasol, Conley, Chris Wallace, and start over and keep Bickerstaff, because he's about only thing you got going positive, build around Jaren Jackson Jr. and grow from there. Because right now, like you said, the Grizzlies went too far with the grit and grind, and it's tapped out. And bruh, when I watch on Fox Sports South, look like the stands are empty as I don't know what they're at FedEx Forum now. They look very empty. I feel like the fans are losing interest as well, and that's not good either.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, I went to the game for MLK Day last Monday. And, man, it felt like a funeral in there, dude. It was a decent crowd, but it was so dead in there. There was no energy, no excitement. And that's the state of the Grizz right now, man. You know, they just, feel like they're kind of just idling, not really being able to move forward, not able to go back, just kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Yes, the last one I got for you, bro. It's time for you now, bro, to throw out your people. Super Bowl weekend, the big game. So what you got planned at Clicks tonight to get ready for Super Bowl? Get the primer for the big game on Sunday on CBS.
The pre-party going down tonight, man. You know where it is. Clicks, the number one hangout, the number one party spot in the city, man. If you love karaoke, we got you. If you love, good food, good drinks, we got you. And, boss, we got something new going on starting this tonight also, man. We got our new talent showcase where we're giving an opportunity, giving a spotlight to all the, the young, hot rappers out there, all the singers out there, comedians, spoken word artists, like whatever you do, whatever your talent is, man, we're giving you a chance to showcase it, right at Clicks each and every Saturday night. That's how we're doing it, man. Memphis Got Talent starting up tonight, and then, the pregame, pre-party for the Super Bowl is going down tonight too, man. Come check us out.
No doubt. Check out my man J.C. Smith in Memphis at Click Sports Bar and Biz out on Malco Way. Check him out, folks. It's Boss. It's J.C. We out, fam. All right, folks, back on the Bossman Show. Time to get joined by my girl, J. Monique, who's enjoying the colder weather in Florida. The Arctic blast, it's in Georgia, so that was in Florida, too. I was at the Pro Bowl on Sunday in Orlando. The rain, and I was just miserable on the field at Camping World Stadium Sunday, Jay, because all that rain and wind and cold in Florida.
Yes, it rained for like 24 hours straight, nonstop.
Yeah, not something you want to be working inside with a microphone and a mic and an earpiece in your ear. Not fun at all. It all being wet, ears popping like, oh my God, it's like a whale or something in my ear. But Jay, you got some bad takes for us today. What do you have to start us off with that I have to shake my head already?
Yes, the first one is United Airlines kicked off a fat-shaming passenger from their flight. She said, quote, "I can't sit here because they're both big, left and right. I can't even sit here." So she was ranting and raving and complaining. A woman sitting in the center seat on a United Airlines flight from Las Vegas to Newark, New Jersey, was reportedly removed from the plane after she fat-shamed the passengers who was seated next to her. The incident happened before takeoff on New Year's Day, and they caught that on video as well. A video of what occurred was recorded by Norma Rogers, and it went viral just shortly afterwards. So what happened was she was talking on her cell phone and was complaining that she was stuck between Rogers and her traveling companion. Rogers then asked the flight attendant to find the woman another seat, adding that she would not be verbally abused by this B or anybody else. The woman said, "I can't sit here because they're both so big, left and right. I can't even sit here." The flight attendant offered the woman another seat, and as the woman stood to change seats, she decided to announce to everybody on the plane, "I eat salad."
Wow. That's your take?
Yep, that was her take, and she went with it.
First of all, you fat shame these poor people who they are feeling better about themselves, who've probably eaten, cook out their own selves at Wendy's or something. Then you go with your takes about them being big, which is bad. Then you go, "I eat salad."
Yep.
Ma'am, what's your deal? It's not even a take. I eat salad. How's it relevant to your problem? You know, if you had an issue, you should have booked the first class flight. You should have paid more for a ticket. Maybe get an in seat. Maybe, I don't know. There are ways around this problem, or you can just calmly say, "Hey, is there an open seat I can go to? Because they're kind of heavy." And I just do it in a subtle, calm way. Not this whole, "Oh, they're fat as hell. I can't breathe. It's squeezing me. I eat salad." Take. Come on, my lady.
Yeah, that was so unnecessary what she did, and I agree with you. Like, she could have just been more discreet about it and just, pulled the flight attendant to the side like, "Hey, can you find another seat for me, that's a little bit more comfortable." She didn't even have to say, "Oh, they're fat," and all this other stuff. She could have just said, "I'm a little uncomfortable there," and without even making a scene.
It's always how you say it. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. That's what it's always about. Yep. The delivery of that message could have been, then we would have made our segment. She was just calm about it. This is my take, Jay. Now, I can't say this for men, but at a certain point, most women will be fat because they're pregnant at some point. So if she not have kids or something, because she was pregnant and big, and in her third trimester, she was kind of fat to a degree. People fat shame her for being pregnant and big in her third trimester. No, don't hurt this couple who like to eat more than you and I do. Let them be. Slide to the side, calmly, discreetly. Live to fight another day and live to get to Newark, New Jersey, to the bricks in Newark, New Jersey, on NJ Transit, the 5 train out there. The bricks. It's not shocking that she's from Power Newark. It's not shocking to me. People in Newark are very rude and out of control anyway, so it's whatever. You know what she needs to do? Jump in that Hudson River and leave it alone. Call it a day. Kill herself now. No doubt. What you got else for us, Jay?
A South Carolina man allegedly faked his own kidnapping to scam his mother out of, guess how much? $130. And he told her that he would be killed if she didn't get it. So this 19-year-old South Carolina teenager, he was accused of faking his own kidnapping in an attempt to extort his mother out of just over $130. His name is Emmanuel Franklin, and he was arrested for blackmail on Thursday last week after attempting to carry out the scheme 2 days prior. An arrest warrant released this week alleged the suspect had caused his mother to believe he would be killed by the kidnappers if she did not provide the cash demanded from her. The mother, who was not named by the sheriff's office, told deputies she was contacted by a private cell phone number. On the call, she heard her son in an unknown voice who said $130 would have to be placed in a mailbox on Bagnell Drive or her son's life would be at risk. Suspicions were raised after she recognized that the mailbox address belonged to the residence of Franklin's father. I mean, really? So then Franklin later admitted that he had fabricated the tale to get $130 from his mother. So he admitted to this take. Like, yes, he did it. To get $130 from his mother. It was not yet explained why the teenager had needed the money. And also remaining unclear was the identity of the second individual on the cell phone call.
So you just couldn't ask her for that $130 though, Frank? You couldn't do that, Frank? $130 from your mama or your daddy? I mean, what is it so pressing that you needed? A video game? A new pair of jeans? A hat? A sweater? I mean, if you're gonna scam, go big and scam. You know?
I mean, really.
You're gonna scam. Go big. I mean, that's my thing. And this is my first take about this. This is my first thoughts. How do you make a kidnapping? How do you do that?
And why?
Again. Like, this elaborate non-good scheme for $130.
I think that's the thing that got me the most. Not only did he, try to scheme his poor mother, the person who gave birth to him, but the fact that he tried to scheme her out of just $130. I mean, he could have just literally either asked for the money, number one, or two, work for it. Like, he could have earned that in like 1 or 2 days of working 8-hour shifts.
Yeah, go to the temp service.
Yeah.
That $130, brother. Buff floors, sweep up a building after hours. That's where to get $130 fast. But to go to, I mean, for $130, I thought you'd be like $130,000 maybe. I mean, maybe I get that. I don't agree with it, but I can get that. But for $130.
Yeah, $130.
I mean, you can hustle that from the barbershop where your friends are. I mean, $130 is easy to pull off.
Yep.
Now, I can't. Come on, man. This is pathetic. I mean, and I know he's African American, unfortunately, which makes it even worse.
Yes, he is.
That's what makes it worse. He's African American. I don't understand. I don't get it. I never will get it. Actually, I mean, there are certain takes I'm never gonna understand, and that's one of them. Like, I'm not gonna get that. I'm just not gonna get that take. And I have another bad take upon this bad take. There was a Florida man that found an old World War II grenade while fishing. He was outside of a Taco Bell.
He found a World War II grenade.
Yes.
Outside of a Taco Bell.
No, he found it while fishing.
Ah.
Then he went to Taco Bell and left it out front of Taco Bell.
He's so stupid. Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and place this grenade here. A public place where, people and families and children are walking in and out of every day.
Exactly. Like, now look, I know Taco Bell causes the grenades to come out of your rear end for most people. I know it does me. If you eat a Taco Bell meal, it's going to come out of you in about 2 hours the wrong way. I mean, maybe he's trying to simulate that process with the grenade, who knows? But first of all, if you find a grenade while fishing, why are you putting it in your car or boat to take it with you?
Exactly.
That's like a catch and release thing, right? Oh no, release that, catch and release, please. Not only do you catch it, you transport it with your fish to the back of your truck. take it out of the truck, put it at Taco Bell's, from Taco Bell? A live World War II grenade?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. It's like, I wouldn't be transporting anything like that with me. It's like, once he saw it, he should have just left it alone, like, oh, grenade, you know, and just leave it alone. And he transported it with him and then decides to leave it at a very public place. I don't know who at Taco Bell pissed him off.
Yeah, I saw somebody that made that man mad. He gonna kick him out for retribution on somebody at Taco Bell. Now, like, dude, for real.
Maybe the guy from there or somebody got his order wrong at some point.
Exactly.
Not that justifies putting a grenade there. That's just overdrive right there.
Exactly. And Jay, our 3 stories tonight on the Boss Report. I mean, the bad takes. It could be all of it at the same damn time. I don't give a shit. It could be all of it. Bad takes begot even worse takes.
They sure did. They sure did. We thought the ones from last week were bad.
It's like it never fails. The saying never fails. Bad takes get even worse takes. We start off with fat shaming, move to a 130 scheme, until a guy going with a grenade to Taco Bell.
It never ends.
That got worse. If I'm not mistaken, that got worse.
Yeah, it got worse from level to level.
So, the saying lives true again, folks, on the Bad Take segment. Bad takes beget even worse takes. And that's what happens here on the Bad Take segment with Jay Monique and the Boss Man. And check us out at bossmanshow.com. New site. Catch us everywhere on bossmanshow.com. We're on Audio Boom and Anchor. We may be on another streaming service real soon. Allegedly. Probably. I don't want to jinx it. Maybe. You know, so it's coming soon. So, folks, they stay with us on the Boss Man Show. We got more show for after the break. We got 2 Boss Reports for you after Bad Takes. Stick and stay with us on the Boss Man Show. BossManShow.com. All right, folks, back on the Boss Man Show. Time for the Boss Report with Jay Monique. Jay, I know last week's stories was crazy. That fish story with the smelling like vagina, my man raping the fish. We got emails upon emails about that story, Jay. And to me, that might be one of the worst stories I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Once again, I'm going to put this PSA out there, people. A vagina should not smell like a fish. A catfish should not smell like that. If it does, you should run. Just saying. You should run from that. So, folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. Boss Report. First story is this, Jay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Meek Mill was spotted with a got-to-be glued goddess despite the history of adhesive hairline erosion when it comes to his women.
Okay, say that again.
Yes.
What happened with Meek Mill?
Oh, okay. Meek Mill was spotted with a got-to-be glued goddess despite his history of adhesive hairline aversion in his women. So he had a sew-in glue queen. He don't like that, allegedly.
So he had a sew-in glue queen.
Yeah, he's on record. He don't like sew-ins or adhesive hair.
But yeah, he had one.
Yeah.
These hypocrites in this industry. I'm telling you.
I know, right? Come on.
That's all I have to say about that. I feel it's hypocritical and contradictory.
I agree with you. I'm right there with you. And get this. Florida woman's arrested after stripping down naked, dancing in the Waffle House parking lot because the meal was so good and she tickled her fancy. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I think I know what tickled her fancy means by this point. Hold up. I've tried Waffle House before. They alright, but they're not that good. No offense. And even if the food was amazing, how does one come to the point where they strip off all their clothes and decide to dance in the parking lot because the food was that good? Just say the food was good and go about your business like what normal people do. To make her get like that, I don't know if it was that loud or what's going on because...
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Like, I mean, that food must have been beyond amazing and delicious for her to turn around and do that.
And she was a bigger woman and a lot of jelly and rolling in that parking lot, I must say.
Yeah, she wasn't dancing, she was rolling.
I was like, man, oh man. I shook my head in the video when I saw it, and it threw me off. And we got this story. On your head. Dream Doll replies to crusty, uncouth, kiss and tell Canadian Tory Lanez, says, quote, he ate her ass and sucked her feet through her socks. What in the hell?
What kind of sick nonsense is that? And then on top of that, why does he feel the need to tell the whole world this?
Exactly.
I don't like when people do that. If you do, whatever happens in the bedroom should stay in the bedroom, regardless of any type of falling out. That should never leak out to the public. That's your business, and it goes to show what type of mindset he has. Don't mess with Tory Lanez; he'll put you out there.
Exactly. But some desperate thought will get with him, just hoping he'll put her on.
Yep.
Oh, we kissing and tell dudes are not what it is. And this story is right here, Jay. It reminds us of our man in South Carolina. Listen to this, catch it right here. Florida man pays someone else 27 cents so that he can have $420 in his bank account.
So he paid somebody else 27 cents so he could have $420 in his bank account?
Correct.
So what does the person receiving the 27 cents get out of it?
Exactly.
Like, that already don't even sound right. The person was that willing and stupid to just accept 27 cents from him to trade $420
Correct.
with him. What kind of trade-off is this?
That is a pathetic take. Somebody who can't do math.
Yeah. Like, what was the 27 cents, like interest or something? Is this a loan that this guy has to pay back on top of the 27 cents?
Oh my God, I have no.
What is going on here?
That story is terrible as well. Terrible story. Oh my God. Oh God, it's terrible. We got this story. Vacation gone bad. Black China and her filthy flavor of the week have a physical fallout at Hawaii resort, and the 5-0 responds promptly.
Black China's, like, for some reason, she's always ending up fighting or squabbling with somebody. She just cannot stay out of drama. She kind of reminds me of Tommy from Love and Hip Hop.
Exactly.
Like, just calm down.
Exactly. Calm the bleep down, Black China. Enjoy your Kardashian man meet you got over there. Chill out. Hey,
Exactly.
It is a Florida crazies. Unhinged husband arrested and charged for mushing wife's head in the face with a burrito after she refused to top him off. Terrible.
Yeah, what a way to get back at somebody, right?
Hey, you ain't gonna top me off, no burrito on your face.
In their face.
Because she wouldn't top him off. That's what got her to bring the face. My Lord.
Wow. So let me get this straight. So this burrito incident, it must have happened after. It seems like Homeboy was holding a grudge against her from maybe a night before. So he decided to set her down for what should have been a casual burrito dinner. And he decided to smash her in the face with it.
Yes.
He knew what he was doing. He set her up for the L.
Yes, he did. Yes, this Florida guy did. He's going to be doing some time for it, allegedly, with simple assault charge right now. Boy.
Like, how does one go to court for smashing somebody's face with a burrito? Like, how does that even sound when the judge is reading that off? That's what I'm wondering right now.
We have a case between the state of Florida versus Florida man who you're here because you, quote, mushed your wife in the face with a burrito because she wouldn't top you off. Is that correct, sir? Yes, Your Honor. How do you plead, sir? Guilty. What should I send you to? Kitchen work. Done. How can you prosecute that case? That's like, how do you prosecute that?
Yeah, like, how does this work? And then how embarrassing is that? It's not like, okay, he's going to be the only one in the courtroom with his lawyer and the judge and the state attorney's office. No, you have other defendants in the courtroom as well. You don't talk about him like a dog.
Man, dude, really? I thought you can get yourself topped off. I mean, I get that will upset you. I get that. I'm with you. It'll get me upset. I'm not going to throw a burrito in somebody's face. I might just withhold my own offering. Oh, is that right? Okay. You want to get none of this then, okay? So
right, that's the normal way to do it.
So if she refuses your request, refuse her request, so we can come to have a meeting here. Okay, I'm not getting what I want. You ain't getting what I want, so we need to come together about this.
He didn't even leave the table open for negotiations. Like, it was just, okay, she refused, so he turned around, set her up, and mushed her in the face with a burrito the next day.
And they said he used
he knew he was going to mush her in the face, like, before they even sat down to eat burritos. He knew he wanted to mush her in the face with the burrito.
And she said he used
That's
the
what I
plate
think.
to put it in her face. He used the plate. He took it off the plate. The plate in her face. Plate to her face. Really? Now, I mean, he went plate to face. Even worse.
Wow.
All because he wanted some sloppy toppy.
He ain't getting it now.
He sure as heck not. He sure as heck not. And speaking of sloppy toppy, Bill Cosby, of all people, was reportedly targeted by a drone hovering over the Pennsylvania prison yard.
I wonder what a drone would want with him, like, maybe to see what he's doing, like, what life is like for him in prison. Are they really that nosy?
My man is getting walked around with a walker. He's not living his best life. He's not.
No, he's not. He's miserable. He wants to go home as with anybody else. You know? So they decided to make his life even more miserable by spying on him.
Exactly. Terrible. And we got this. Florida woman arrested after spanking other parents' kids with a wooden belt and a wooden spoon at a wild sleepover where she gave some of the kids a sex lesson.
What?
Yes.
Okay, hold up. That lesson shouldn't even be spoken of, especially without the parents, like, you know what I mean, like, knowledge or consent, because I'm quite sure the parents knew about it.
Jay, a live lesson.
Oh, heck no.
Even worse.
This is worse. This is sick.
Yeah.
And then the wooden spoon part is like, okay, so back in the day, that used to be actually like a common form of discipline with like the wooden spoon. They even did that in the schools, actually. Some of the like the private schools and the Catholic schools and stuff like that, they would use like the wooden spoons as part of discipline, but they wouldn't like literally like whack them around with it. You know, kind of like you stick your hand out, you know, they whack you with it.
Since she had young boys giving her the toothpick treatment.
Oh no, she should just get thrown under the jail. Not in the jail, under it.
Yeah, she's doing the most.
That's sick. That's disgusting.
Yes, indeed. Got this story, which is amazing to me, but I'm not shocked by it. Former NFL star Clinton Portis says he took shots of Hennessy and rum before a game to deaden the pain.
I would think that a lot of them do that. Don't a lot of them drink Hennessy and rum and stuff like that?
Yeah, but not before the games, though. He's out there playing in the field drunk.
Yeah, that's pretty messy. That's pretty messy. That's not cool at all. Because then that throws you off your game right there. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't want my players in the field drunk.
I wouldn't either.
I get you in pain, but come on, dude. Really? So you that drunk so you don't feel the pain? I got you. Let's do this boss report is this tonight, and this boss report here is this. Florida woman and husband prepping for fall of U.S. government accused of swindling $5 billion from the tobacco company of choice, Newport.
So how do they, swindle this money exactly?
Set up a fake business account for them. They were distributors or trying to get product. They hacked into the main system and took the money.
Dang.
The IP address is still, your IP address does not change. They know where you use that, fools.
They're so dumb.
That's why you do it at the library. If you want to act fool, use the library IP address. The library.
Right.
Nobody knows. It can be anybody at the library.
Exactly. That was dumb.
Very.
And then they really thought they were going to get away with it, too.
Like fools. Like fools. So, folks, that's the Boss Report Part 1. We got a Part 2 for you after break. BossmanShow.com, Bossman Radio Network, Boss and Jay, Boss Report Part 2. Up next for you after the break.
And if you don't know, now you know.
All right, folks, back on the Boss Man Show, Boss Report Part 2. Jay was heard Part 1. I can say off the air, man. These stories are out of control, Jay. I don't know what's going on with people in our world today.
Yeah, these people are so out of control. Out of there. They are all the way late.
Man, so we're going to talk about them some more. We got Part 2, folks, so you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's Boss Report. All right, Jay, first story on Part 2 is this. Dog stealing Florida man arrested for witness tampering by pumping some juice into the woman whose dogs he stole in the first place.
Wait, so the dog, what happened with the dog? Who stole the dog?
The man. And he's arrested for tampering witnesses because he been having sex with the woman's dogs he stole to drop case.
That is disgusting. How does one bring themselves to not only steal animals, but to engage in certain encounters with them? It's like there's just way too many humans on the planet. First, the fish story from last week, and now somebody's dog.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I'm like, why are we doing this as humans?
That is sick. He needs to get thrown under the jail, too.
Yes, indeed. We got this. Snow So Special. Jeannie Mae responds to rumors that her and Young Jeezy are together is blowing her backs to smithereens.
So she's confirming that her and Jeezy are in fact together and that he's good in the whatever they're doing?
Yes, she's confirming the Snowman. Hey! Yeah! Trap or die! He's popping off.
Honestly, if that... First of all, what happened with Jeannie and her husband? I thought she was married to some producer of The Real.
I thought so too, but
That's where I'm caught off guard with this. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Then on top of that, Jeannie and Young Jeezy? How is that even a match made in heaven?
I know, right? Hey.
Jeannie and Jeezy.
Yeah.
What? And she confirmed it. This is for real? Oh my gosh. Who was that guy that Tony Braxton was with? Birdman. That's about as opposite as Tony Braxton and Birdman right now. This is what it looks like.
Yeah. And dude, that guy on his face, like Tyson. Pathetic. Oh, goodness gracious. This next story gonna throw you off too. Florida man teen sets mom on fire with a cocktail attacks her with a baseball bat, then sticks the bat up her boyfriend's ass.
Whoa! That sounds like something set up on one of those Home Alone movies.
Yeah, that's what I threw me off. Like, what?
Like, he really put a lot of thought and effort behind this. And they set his own mother on fire. What's with these dudes and their mothers? Like these people birthed them out.
They're tripping.
And he decided to set his own mother on fire? Like, what'd she do to make him mad?
Exactly, these dudes are tripping. Man.
And obviously he had a beef with her boyfriend, too.
Yeah, I'm putting a bet up somebody's rectum. That's a little bit out of
Yeah, that says a lot. That's like, okay, dude, like, get out. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
We got this in his reusable, recyclable bag. Actor Jeffrey Owens stunts on deplorable W2-less Dusties at SAG Awards, feels redemption after Trader Joe's shaming from last year.
Okay, so what did he do again?
Remember that actor Jeffrey Owens from the Cosby Show that got shamed for being working at that grocery store?
Yeah.
At the SAG Awards, talking about how, hey, redemption's great. You know, he took work while he was not getting the gigs. So
I don't see anything wrong with that. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. What is he going to do? Sit there and starve and not pay his bills? I mean, actually, there's a lot of actors actually who, you know, if they can't get gigs, they do something else on the side until they can get regular work. I don't judge or knock nobody for that.
Exactly. So folks tripping as usual. And we got this Florida man put his gun on driver on I-4, tried to pass him.
You know what? It is not that serious. How does one go from being on the road to somebody trying to pass them, cut them off, or whatever, to that person pulling a gun on them? It's not that serious, and it's I-4. I-4 is one of the busiest highways in Orlando or Central Florida, period. I-4 stays busy. So it's going to be like that. People are going to try to pass you or cut you off, but it shouldn't come to the point where somebody's pulling a gun or engaging in any act of violence. It is not that serious. Calm down.
Thank you, my Lord Jesus. That's overkill. I mean,
It is. How many times people cut me off per day?
No, I pull a rap on you. Here you go. The AK's ready for you. Like, for real? Why you have an AK in your car?
And it was an AK too. My gosh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jeez.
I know, right? We got this. Knowledge is Powerball. Retired Michigan couple finesses $26 million off the Michigan lottery by cracking the code illegally.
What?
Yeah.
Say what? The hustle is real.
I don't get the lottery and how those numbers come out. I don't know how you crack the code. I don't get that.
Yeah, I'm confused. I thought it was something that was just random. I didn't know that there was like some type of code to figure out what the next numbers were going to be.
Terrible. I don't get it. That story has perplexed me. I'm not a gambler, so I don't really know how to play the lottery that good. Powerball stuff, give me whatever comes out the end of the damn machine. I don't know the methods of what numbers are going to fall. I don't get that crap, so.
Yeah, me too. It's like, I just do quick pay.
For them to crack the code, they must be good at it. I mean, man, crazy. And we got this story. Florida man arrested after attempting to barbecue child molesters in his community.
He was arrested for trying to barbecue the child molesters?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see what he did wrong.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, they were child molesters. I could see if he was trying to barbecue, you know, innocent people or something, but they're child molesters.
Exactly. They deserve what they deserve.
So then they made the child molesters have to be the victims, and now this guy's sitting in jail now.
Exactly.
It more seemed like he was trying to protect his community. That's what it more seemed like. Now, the way how he went about it, but, you know, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I wouldn't do it, but I get it.
Yeah, he went about trying to blowtorch any and every child molester, sex offender in the area. He had a blowtorch, a live one.
Dang. Oh, he meant it. He was not playing at all.
A vigilante, but he's in jail for it now.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think he should have been arrested. That's just my personal opinion. I really don't think he deserves to be in jail for that.
I'm with you. I think he did nothing wrong, but in the eyes of the Civil County Sheriff Department, he did something wrong.
Of course, Florida.
Yes, indeed. We got Hold the Mayo. Michael B. Jordan spotted at film festival flirting with a brown-skinned banger, Kiki Lane, after his known love of the swirl.
Okay, so it looks like he's switching up now and switching races.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to get it right and get it tight with the color.
He getting back with the sisters. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, hopefully he gets it together, but we know he can always go back to the side any given time.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how the relationship, works out and everything. And what's really going to determine it is when they get into their arguments.
Yeah, because Becky's don't argue the way her sisters argue.
Yeah, that's what's been known is that, the sisters allegedly argue more than the Beckys, and the Beckys are more submissive.
That takes that as true. Now, I've never been with a Becky. I'm scared of them. But based on takes I know firsthand, Jay's take is true. I fear Becky's for various reasons, so I don't mess with them. But hey, more power to Michael B. Jordan, who's decided to come back to the bright side per se. So we have a Florida man, Jay, who causes $100,000 of damage to a Walmart liquor store, not Walmart, but a Walmart liquor store under construction with a hot-wired forklift he stole from Home Depot, gives the police the name of Alice Wonderland, and says a hookah-smoking caterpillar told him to do it.
This is why he stole a forklift from Home Depot and caused all this damage to Walmart liquor stores because a caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland told him to do it.
Correct.
And he went with this take and meant this.
Yes, he did.
And expected them to believe this.
Yes, he did.
First of all, Alice in Wonderland is not real. This is a very fictional story that's been around for years. Nobody from Alice in Wonderland is going to come and tell anybody anything.
Amen.
And they're certainly not going to tell you to steal a forklift from Home Depot and then... What did he do with the forklift? He crashed it into this liquor store to cause all this damage?
Yes, the liquor store, the construction he crashed into, that he stole from Home Depot. Really?
Did he at least get some liquor before he got arrested? I mean...
No, but he said he was wearing a worn condom. That's what it says. He had a worn condom on.
This story just keeps getting worse. He had a worn condom on, so this man's walking around with a used condom on.
Does that mean that he used it on himself, or he had a quote worn condom? I've never heard that before. A quote worn condom.
Yeah, that part I don't get, but I'm assuming that he used it on himself. That he was doing things.
Okay, if I'm getting... Okay, when I'm having my condoms, I'm taking off and I'm done. Why would I keep it on?
This is the same guy who said a caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland told him to steal this forklift from Home Depot.
Oh, God. See,
So his way of thinking and our normal way of thinking are two different ways of thinking.
And why was you driving a forklift down the street?
I'm wondering what his mission was. Like, even if he heard voices in his head telling him do something, like, what was the overall mission? Like, what was the end game to do this? Like, what was the benefit and who was supposed to be benefiting?
Man, this is one of the worst stories I heard as well. I don't understand this.
I don't understand it either. I'm confused.
There are 2 layers in this story. Too many layers.
Yeah, too many. He's got on a worn condom. He's stealing forklifts from Home Depot because a caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland told him to do so. And then he proceeds to crash into a Walmart liquor store.
Yeah, first, okay, Jay, maybe I'm out of touch. I didn't know Walmart had a liquor store.
I wasn't aware of it either. Maybe it's something new or whatever. Now, I do know that they have the Walmart neighborhood market, which they've had around for quite a few years, but they don't have it in every city.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of Walmart liquor stores until this story. That's why I'm perplexed.
I didn't know either. I'm like, Walmart liquor store. What?
So it's a great value wine in there. Or an Equate bottle of Hennessy. I don't want that.
You know what? This is wrong on so many levels. I'm not about to buy a bottle of Equate Hennessy. Either the real deal or no deal.
I'm about to get some great value Hypnotic. Like, Walmart's gonna throw in their brand along with the real brand. Like, no, I'm not gonna buy your brand. Like, no.
Yeah, it doesn't dive well.
I'm averse to great value to tequila mix. I'm good on that.
And you already don't like Walmart as it is.
Yeah, so I see a liquor store in Georgia. I'm gonna take a picture of it and shame it off TP. When I go see it and see an Equate bottle of wine, I'm gonna lose it.
I know you will. You'll be like, what?
I might walk right out. I'm finished. I'm done for the day. I'm finished. No more shopping for me today. I'm going
Or how
home.
about Great Value vodka? That's pretty bad.
Oh hell no! Like, yeah, that's like some T.W. Samuels almost. The bottom of the bottom. Well, 211 is still reserved. Terrible. So this report again is out of control, people. Jay, I think through tonight's segments on the show, today's segments, it's shown that what I said in bad takes is true. Bad takes getting worse takes through the Boss Report, through the Boss Report Part 2. The takes got worse.
Yep, they did.
So, the saying is so true, people. Bad takes getting worse takes in the Boss Report. So, folks, check us out. BossManShow.com. Jay and I bringing you bad from the Boss Report every week in the Boss Man Show. Have a great week. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. We are out.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.